Okay, folks, I know you may not want to hear this, but tax season is looming, people. That April deadline will be here before we know it. And filing your returns can bring about a lot of questions, maybe some anxiety of what could go wrong in the process. So here with us to talk about some important things to keep in mind this year is certified public accountant Joshua Jensen. Thank you so much for being with us here.
You bet. Good morning.
This morning. Good morning. So let's start with the 2017 deadline for filing your tax returns. My understanding, it's been pushed back a couple days.
Yeah, it has. So basically when a deadline falls on the weekend, we get the following Monday, but there is a holiday in Washington, D.C. That extends it actually another day. And so this year, it's, believe it or not, April 18th is our deadline this year.
Okay.
So we get a couple extra days.
So mark your calendar, folks.
That's right. That's
April
right.
18th is the deadline. And, in a perfect world, this is a painless process. You don't forget, any of your deductions that you can file for, but that doesn't happen for a lot of people. What is the biggest mistake that you see made when people are filing the returns?
A lot of times they file too early, and they'll forget that they had some interest income or maybe a W-2 from earlier in the year, or maybe some stock was sold. And so they've hurried and filed their return, trying to get their refund, and it turns out they've forgotten this kind of basic information. The next is when people sell stock. Many times what they get from the investment company will just be the sales price. But what a lot of people remember, or forget actually, is that you get to deduct the cost basis. And so you should only pay tax on the gain. Many people just pay tax on the full sales price. That'd be another one that kind of is a common mistake that people will make.
Okay, I bet you see that all the time. And I was telling you, I was talking to one of my good friends yesterday who's a CPA, and she and I were kind of just going over topics, and she said, make sure that he includes all the common deductions that people should remember to take when filing. So kind of list off some of those that everyone might not remember to include.
Well, believe it or not, many people forget that you can even itemize your deductions, and they just go with a standard deduction thinking it's easier and simpler. So if you own a home, make sure that you're deducting your mortgage interest, of course, but a lot of people forget that you can deduct your second mortgage, the interest on that. People actually forget to deduct their real estate taxes, as well as state taxes. So in Oklahoma, we all pay state taxes. We get to deduct that as an itemized deduction. And then charitable contributions. Believe it or not, a lot of people are surprised that whatever they give to their church, they get to deduct. You want to make sure you have receipts. And then usually on page one, if somebody's self-employed, page one of the Form 1040, if you're self-employed, you have to pay self-employment taxes. And a lot of people forget that you get to deduct half of that tax on page one. So there's just a few lists there. And
I had a few viewers write in about those itemized deductions that you're talking about, in specific the charitable contributions that they've given. And a lot of people asking, when I go to Red Cross and I donate old clothes and I get the tax deductible receipt, does that actually do anything for me in the end?
Yeah, we call it tax deductions in your closet. And basically, they will not, any of these organizations are not going to give you a value for it. They're not allowed to. So you do want to have a receipt. Basically itemize down what you gave, whether it was 4 bags of clothes or a piece of furniture or that exercise bike you never ended up using. And when you're doing that, think through maybe what you could sell it for at a garage sale. That's kind of usually the value. If you're struggling with that, usually we say anywhere from 10 to 20% of the purchase price. But without that receipt, you actually do not get to take the deduction. So you definitely want to have that receipt in hand in the event that the IRS inquires of that.
Okay, good to know. And kind of look into your crystal ball for us here, or maybe some changes are already in the works that are applicable. But with this new Trump presidency and kind of this sweeping push for major tax reform, will anything be different this time around under new leadership, or are we looking ahead to 2018 instead?
Yeah, great question. Most of the changes that I think we're expecting, we would not really realize except in 2017, and to your point, we would be seeing them in the 2018 filing period. However, there has been many times where there has been a new incoming president back when Clinton came into office, and it wasn't until late into tax season or even into May that they did make some changes that went retroactive all the way to 1/1 of the prior year. So we are urging our clients to maybe not be as anxious to hurry and file their returns, especially if you're a small business owner, because there could be some retroactive changes. Don't know of any in play, but it is possible.
Okay, awesome. And also, on average, what is the time period to get your refund back?
Yes.
What's kind of the standard limit?
Right. Well, one of the things that the IRS came out with is it seems that all the forms are done and they're basically ready to go. If you have earned income credit, they're indicating that they won't be issuing those refunds until late February. The reason for that is there's a lot of fraud, unfortunately, in those that can claim this earned income credit. But otherwise, it seems like it's within about 10 business days. Sometimes Oklahoma's a little faster than that, but that'd be kind of the standard.
Okay, and we're about to toss it to break, but last thing is you say if you have any questions, contact your CPA.
Yes,
For all of your
yes, you can go to knowwhatcounts.org. Or you can go to findyourcpa.com, both sponsored by the Oklahoma Society of CPAs.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. A lot of people chimed in, so we're going to get to viewer questions on the other side of Brad Sauter's weather.